Hello and welcome to Wicklow Good News with me, Jillian Godsil. Today I am delighted, you have no idea how delighted I am to welcome Dawn Leane, or Leane or Lane?
Leane.
Leane, thank you, who is the president of Network Ireland in Wicklow and is also a corporate trainer, executive coach. She is the principal on Lean Leaders, the chair of the Sunbeam House Services, and as I said at the very start, president of Network Ireland in Wicklow. So welcome to the show, Dawn.
Thank you, Jillian. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, and we have battled technology already.
We have technology is always my enemy.
Oh, it is today, and I think we're going to be talking about that too as well, because the troubles and the issues facing members across Ireland. I mean, like Network Ireland. I mean, it's a great. I've been to several of them. It's a great institution. It's been going since 1983. There's 1,200 members across the country, we're talking today because normally in May you would have had the business awards. So what happened there?
Yeah, that's right, Jillian. So in Wicklow, we have over 60 members. So it's a professional women's network, Network Ireland. And whether that's self-employed women, whether it's a solopreneur, an SME, somebody who's in employment or a volunteer, there's a space for everybody there. And as a women's network, we do welcome men to attend our events. It's not that we're exclusive, and men do regularly attend the events. But our big event every year is the Network Ireland Wicklow Businesswoman of the Year Awards. And as you say, that would typically be held in May and in Brook Lodge Hotel. They've been great to us over the years. So we're very disappointed that with COVID this year, we had to cancel that, and we thought long and hard as a network overall as to how we'd actually manage the awards this year. But my good news is that I'm delighted to announce the awards are going ahead. They are going ahead in Wicklow in August. So we relaunched them. Not quite sure of the format for the actual award presentations themselves, although we're hoping that it may not be virtual, that if we can find the right medium, I suppose, that we'll try and do it in a live event this year.
Wow. So a lot of change. You had to do a lot of reflection. And I'm delighted you are doing the awards, because it's so important to, especially, well, for women all, but especially for small business women in particular, having an award is a great credit to people, and it motivates people. So the theme of this year is all about the power within. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so our president this year, our national president, is a previous Wicklow president and Wicklow member, Louisa Meehan. And I know Louisa, she's absolutely fantastic and a powerhouse. And so her theme this year was the power within. So it was what we have within ourselves, how we build our own resilience, and I suppose what drives us on and what makes us be successful. And it's never been tested in a way, I think, that it's been tested this year. But it's been great. It's been a really good experience for us in so many ways. So while a lot of our members had business difficulties, as a network, we were able to, I suppose, to pivot and to see how we could support them in lots and lots of different ways. And that's led us to reshape the awards. So the awards now actually are not necessarily looking at business in the traditional way. So we're not necessarily assessing somebody in terms of their business growth or business performance over the last year. We're trying to look at it in a more holistic way. So we're looking at the person, we're looking at the circumstances they were in, we're looking at how they responded, how they reacted. It doesn't matter if their business is doing terribly well, even if it's just open, that in itself is quite an achievement at the moment. So we're taking a slightly different perspective, and to reflect that, then we've changed the award categories as well to try and make them more inclusive and recognise the challenges that our members have experienced over the last few months.
I mean, that's amazing. And what are the biggest challenges that your members have faced? So you mentioned even keeping the business open is an achievement in itself. So what are the main challenges?
So if for different businesses, a lot of our businesses, our members will have face-to-face businesses. So they might be in, for example, the health or business or beauty business, or they might be in, in arts or different areas where they would have been coming into a lot of contact with members. So some of them have really pivoted and been able to put their business online, or been able to use, for example, the online medium to attract new business. And they've changed maybe their delivery. Others have gone back to roles and maybe in frontline staff, and they've put their business aside. They've kind of pressed the pause button while they've gone out to answer the call and to help within the community. And for some members, there have been new opportunities then as well in this COVID environment for them to look at business and reach a new audience, for example. So a lot of people have put so I know one of our members, Rachel's put Pilates classes and yoga online, and as a result she's had members join up who mightn't have had the time otherwise to travel to a class, to take
that is a great example. I was interviewing somebody else on the same notion, putting her Pilates class online. And you know, the point that really struck me quite forcibly is that I did some of her classes afterwards, actually, is that I've only done Pilates once or twice before, and I don't know how to do it, and I'm kind of awkward, and you know, the thought of being able to do it at home was lovely. And actually in this class, the teacher has the camera open, right? But I deliberately put it just out of view of my body. But I can do that and still, so I did about 3 classes, and by the 3rd class, I was getting the hang of it. So in actual fact, I would consider now going to a Pilates because I've done some of the stuff and it makes more sense. And I've done all the really stupid stuff at home where I've made an absolute leap of myself. So that's interesting. You get new people.
It's great. And we have 2 members who run language schools here in Wicklow as well. And again, they debated about putting them online and how that would manage. But for them, I suppose for parents, it means you don't have that, you know, after school or that activity you have to drive the kids to, sit in the car outside for 30 minutes or an hour and then drive them home. So it's great they can go online and they can log on and hold classes online. So it's just about, I think it's different. For a lot of businesses, we've had to reinvent ourselves. We've had to look at how we do things. But I think there are definitely going to be some positive changes that our members will hold on to as a result.
That's exciting. It's like I also interviewed recently Conor O'Leary from Purple House. They do the cancer support services. And his silver lining, a bit like your language school, was that he said we went from being a Wicklow and South Dublin support for people with cancer or families and everything. He said to being an All-Ireland support service, because before they'd have their classes and they'd have maybe 20 people in the premises, they can have 200 people at the class. Doesn't matter because it's all online. So there are things, I'm not making light. Some businesses will not open again. We know that. And we've already heard, especially pubs and restaurants, small restaurants who just, you know, they can't do it. And that's a shame. But some businesses are innovating and adapting. And that's exciting because we have to have some good news from this crisis. So tell me, I'll just run through the categories. One of the first ones, online business transformation. That's a case in point.
Yeah. So similar to what we've discussed. So either people have put their business online or they've used online to reach a new audience or to market their business in a different way. Mm-hmm. So again, as I say, they're quite open. So it's more about looking at the whole person and looking at how they've coped, and if they've been able to do anything at all with their business. Isn't that just fantastic? You know, maybe they put their business aside and they've volunteered in this, you know, in this way. So we're quite open. We're asking people when they apply for these awards to look at what they have done in totality, not just that. So online business transformation, I suppose, fairly self-explanatory. We've had a couple examples of that.
Then we have business innovation. Again, that's thinking outside the box. How do we work when we can't do the face-to-face stuff? Emerging new business, new opportunities. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's a category that we've always had. We have always had emerging new business. But again, with that spin on, look, has somebody seen perhaps a potential opportunity to either start a new business or to change their business up, to diversify, to do something different. So again, an interesting category. Always lots of good entries for that category.
Solo businesswoman.
So there are people like myself. So I'm a trainer. I can't enter as president, but I've entered twice before. I haven't won, but the experience itself has been hugely beneficial, just looking at your business in that way. So that's for the women like myself who are doing everything from answering the phone to doing the accounts to running the social
media.
Technology.
Fixing technology.
Trying to.
You did. We're here.
Trying to fix the technology and everything and anything in between. So that's what that category is for.
And then transformational employee, that's a nice one. So it's somebody who's not the entrepreneur necessarily, but who is making huge difference within a business.
Absolutely. And, you know, a lot of our businesses tell us, or a lot of our SME members tell us that their employees have been absolutely fantastic during this period. They've been very adaptive. They've been very, very responsive. They've been understanding. And, you know, the innovation doesn't always come from the business owner. It often comes from the employees and the people who are at the coalface.
Yeah, that's massive. And then the power within champion. So that's like someone who's maybe giving leadership. Do you think, is that kind of where you're thinking?
So some leadership, anybody again who's been managing maybe caring responsibilities, struggling with technology, trying to manage their business, any sort of volunteer role. So again, that's really looking at the person, I guess, as opposed to the actual business. So that's,
I like that.
Yeah. And
do you know, that's a really, because we've come out of this, or we will come out of this lockdown pandemic, a different way of looking at things. And that's very powerful. So it's the person you're celebrating more so than how many socks they sold over the summer or whatever. Yeah, it's huge.
Exactly.
And who can enter it has to be members. It's members only.
So it has to be members, but you can join at any stage. So if you want to go to the networkireland.ie website, it's €195 for a year's membership, which is great. It's less than €20 a month. And for that, you get to access, first of all, in Wicklow, we have a monthly event and we have a monthly coffee morning. But you know something, since we've gone virtual with our events, members could always access other network events right across Ireland, but it's easier for them now that all the events are online.
Of course, silver lining.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have members who are picking and choosing from events running all over the country that they want to join on Zoom. So you get the opportunity to join all of those events. And then we also have Network Ireland also run a mentoring program. So we have a lot of business leaders who give time as mentors, whether it's marketing, finance, business leadership, anything. And again, you get to avail of that as part of the membership. So join
That's
up.
cool.
Yeah, 195, and you can enter the awards as well.
Excellent. The deadline for entry?
Deadline for entry is the 17th of July. So that is a hard deadline. I know in previous years we've been able to extend it, but it's really important that we stick to that this year, because we plan to have our own awards event in Wicklow at the end of August. And then those people who win the awards go forward to the National Awards, which is going to be held in October. So we've quite a tight timeline this year. So we won't be extending the award closing date. It's a hard stop on the 17th of July.
Okay. And you're looking for sponsors, if there are any people out there who want to sponsor?
We are. So our charity of choice this year, as mentioned earlier, I'm chair of the board of Sunbeam House Services, and Sunbeam is our charity of choice for the awards. So we're looking for sponsors to help us. If anybody's interested in finding out more about the awards or finding out about sponsorship opportunities, they can reach us at wicklow@networkireland.ie is the email address, and either myself or Vice President Jean Evans will be back in touch with them. And if I can just say, we're also next Thursday we're hosting a virtual workshop online for anybody who is interested in the awards, so they can get help or ask and answer questions about their application process. So we'd encourage anyone who's thinking to sign up for it. It's on Eventbrite. It's a free event. Print out your form. You'll have half the work done by the time you finish the workshop. And the workshop's being led by two of our previous winners. So Joanne Costello from X Media and Jean Evans from Highline. And Jean is our Vice President. So she's going to be President of Network Ireland Wicklow next year.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you know what? I'm a big supporter of Network Ireland. I've been to some of your events, local ones and national ones, the International Women's Day one as well up in Dublin. I think it's a great organisation. I'm tempted to join now. I don't know why I haven't joined before. Making me think. But you know what I love particularly, I think it's a great network. The people are amazing, and I have a lot of friends who have been through it and in it and whatever. But I'm very impressed at how you've changed your thinking for the awards this year, because the awards are still important. We still need them. But I really love two things. One is that you're acknowledging and celebrating the successes of your members. That's huge. And it's the totality of the woman. So whether you're volunteering or whether you're actually producing lots of socks, to use that funny expression, that's huge. That's actually quite a seismic change, isn't it? Thinking about awards, business awards.
Yeah, and we're delighted to do it because so many organisations have cancelled or postponed awards, or, so we're delighted to be running it, first of all. And I think there's been a lot of creative thinking about those categories and about how we really celebrate our members. So it's important for us that we go ahead, and it's important then that the categories reflect the contribution that people have made over that period of time.
Wow.
So anybody can enter. You can enter both the Power Within and one other category.
Okay.
So you can enter two categories.
Wow. Well, I'm very impressed. I mean, I'm always impressed with Network Ireland and the people, the women that I've met there, the events I've been to, but I'm very impressed with your thinking in the code. It's brilliant. Well done.
Great. Well, I can't take all of the credit or the praise at all. So it's Louisa and the team at the national executive level, but we have a fantastic committee here in Wicklow and fantastic members who make it happen. It's easy to come up with the ideas. It's the execution that's really important.
So again, if people want to find out about the awards, about next Thursday's, I'll make sure this goes out before next Thursday's event,
Sure.
where can they find you again?
So they can email myself and Jane, who's Vice President. Our email address is wicklow@networkireland.ie, or they can reach it through the networkireland.ie website.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Dawn. Thank you for fixing the technology. That was very well done. I'll give you a gold star. And I wish you every success in the awards coming up now. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Super. Thank you very much, Jillian.
And I also want to thank Marlena Murphy for producing Gavin Dowd and sound. This is all for Wicklow Good News for this show with me, Jillian Godsil. And until next time, be good, be safe, and keep on helping others. Thank you.